If a girl comes around, can you tell if a dude and her has your man and that girl has something or
absolutely.
Yeah, because she could tell
now.
Even though she's with Chicken King,
can absolutely not tell when I'm talking to a dude that I've slept with because I am a master.
Watch this.
Let me break it down. Let me break it down. Let me break it down so it can forever and consistently be broke.
Okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the BFQ podcast, where we break down the black culture with the emphasis on black classic cinema.
Black classic cinema.
I'm your host, Nick Jones Productions.
No! Your name is Nick Quotes, and I am Beny Ash.
And the lovely Beny Ash.
Thank you. I mean? Okay, we're not changing your name.
Nick Jones Productions is the name.
That's not even a name. That is the name of a company. You can't call yourself Nick Jones Productions. That's ridiculous.
You gotta beat it in
That
the
is
head.
Also his email, and it's long as shit, and we should talk about that too.
That's true. I got a long ass Nick Jones. It's actually Nick Jones Film Productions.
Hosted by
Nick Jones Productions was taken.
Quotes. Nick Quotes, everybody. Woo!
Nick Jones Productions, a.k.a. Nick Quotes.
Woo! Nick Quotes.
Even though it's corny.
And Beny Ash, just to repeat that one more time.
All right. So today's episode, we're going to talk about a thin line between love and hate.
It's a thin line between love and hate. It's good. It's fucking awesome.
All right, man. So, starring Martin Lawrence, writer, director Martin Lawrence.
Wait, he directed this?
He wrote and directed this film, man. You know what I mean? His debut.
That might make some sense because I got some thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah, I got some questions for you about him too in this movie. It's crazy.
I got some thoughts.
Yeah, directed by Martin, man. Let me summarize this up real quick. Before we get into this.
Wait, no, it stars Martin Lawrence and
it stars a lot of people, man.
No, who's the main stars? Martin Lawrence,
Lynn Winfield,
Bobby Brown, and Regina King.
Yes. Those are the top four for sure. Okay. It's a lot of cameos though.
A lot of cameos.
So, all right. This film was about a womanizer of a man who chickens come home to roost. Y'all know what he was about. You know what I mean? You can't play out there too long. What I found out in life is that you can't do anything forever. I don't care what it is. I don't care what you like. After a while, either you got to change it to change your life, or life will change it for you. And you don't want life to change it for you.
Oh shit, Nick Quotes is a preacher. So
hey, it's real stuff. You know what I mean? and just like in this film, unfortunately, Darnell, played by Martin.
Yes.
Chickens came home to roost. You know what I mean?
Ever?
Did he deserve it?
Yes.
Did he deserve it that far?
Absolutely.
Debatable. Debatable. I don't know about that far.
I mean, maybe not that far. I mean, nobody should be put in the hospital. But
she tried to kill that motherfucker.
She tried to kill all of them.
Yes,
she tried to kill everybody. She was a killer.
But I will say, she warned the shit out of him before.
She did, but she didn't warn. She did.
She warned the shit out of him
after she slept with him. But we'll talk.
Not really. She warned him before.
She said no. She warned him about the fact that she doesn't want to get hurt, but she didn't lead to the fact that she's a killer until they was actually having sex. And we're going to get her. Wait. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into Lynn Whitfield's ass. The crazy ass and beautiful.
Beautiful
Lynn Whitfield.
Absolutely,
right.
man.
Okay.
We're going to get into her. Let's start off with some character analysis.
Yes, okay.
Let's get into, of course, Martin Lawrence
first. Martin.
Darnell Wright, who was basically, like we just said in the summary, that he was a player.
A piece of shit.
You know what I mean? And the movie starts off with him making his rounds through the girls that he was messing with.
Yes.
He had, the girl that worked at the laundromat.
Church mousey kind of girl.
Yeah,
that worked
she
at
was
the
very
laundromat.
shy.
Very shy.
You know what I mean? And then we had the one with had the kid. You know what I mean?
Kids. She had multiple kids. She had like 3 kids.
Yeah, he said they weren't mine. But
what a body though.
Oh, she was bad.
Her body was
Wendy Raquel.
How the fuck she had 3 kids with a body like that?
Yeah, it's a movie.
This is a movie. This is a movie.
That's a movie. Oh, there's a few out there that can get it off. You know what I mean?
Very few can get 3 kids looking like that.
Yep. And then she had the one with the attitude. Where she worked at the hair. I don't know.
She had her hair. She worked at her hair. She could have been her hair salon. She's the bitchy, bossy entrepreneur.
She was very bitchy, man. She was demanding.
Man.
I was kind of glad when he 86 her low key. You know,
she was the worst. I don't know why he was fucking with her in the first place.
Yeah, like nigga, leave the fuck alone. What you trying to do? She must have been good in bed. You know how that goes. So yeah. So all right, look. Martin was a player.
Yes. He works at Chocolate City.
Chocolate City.
Yo, so this whole movie is set in Leimert Park, right? And when this movie first, what year did this come out? This came out in
I think 96.
96. So I'm new-ish to LA. And
right.
I live in Leimert.
Yeah, that's what I was noticing. And I was like, I couldn't distinguish if that was Leimert or not.
So the Chocolate City where Martin worked was the Vision Theater, right? Which has been closed forever. They're remodeling it. It's supposed to open now, but what Leimert Park was then and what it is now, it's definitely not the same. I mean, it's unrecognizable, honestly, from what was in the movie. But it's so much fun to watch these movies now as an adult and like know where these places
especially since we from different places. Of course, y'all know Benny is from Harlem. I'm from Kansas City.
Absolutely.
So moving out to LA, now when we watch movies, a lot of films take place in LA and we get to see stuff that we see on a regular basis, especially her.
But I definitely thought when this movie came out, I was like, damn, is that LA? Like, I want to live, like, Harlem's not even, like, I want to live like this. They have clubs where everybody's
VIP
popping and making
with
it.
And my best friend growing up was a promoter, so we used to do that. We used to have little VIP cards and stuff like that. This film reminds me of me and my friend. Like, I was Bobby Brown, he was like Martin. Only I got girls. Bobby Brown didn't get no girls.
He did get girls.
They didn't. They insinuated it.
All right. So Martin and Bobby Brown, we'll get into Bobby Brown in a second, were promoters at this club, Chocolate City, and the way they used to get chicks is by rolling up and giving them that like VIP card to Chocolate City. Like, yeah, baby,
I can relate.
This VIP card.
Shout out to my boy Bonzel, man. Shout out to my boy Bonzel. We used to do that all the time. You remember this, bro? Like, every time we used to have the VIP cards, giving them to all the girls, you know what I mean? We had an invisible card, like it was a clear card, and only how you could get in, you had a little thing in the corner that nobody could see.
I used to always give VIP cards.
Yeah, that was the shit, man.
But I don't get that anymore. Well, also don't go to clubs.
Yeah. Well,
there's also that, but yeah. So he would pick them up. Yeah, what's up, baby? Get this VIP card. They come to the club.
Right.
He'd see them in the club, flirt with them, do whatever you do. But I remember always wanting to fuck with the promoters because fucking with a promoter means you get free drinks, free party, free clubs. You get access to all the hot shit happening in the city.
Exactly.
I mean, it makes sense.
Exactly.
And he was cute. He was Martin Lewis's attractive brother, so it kind of. He was a little tiny though. I don't
Martin a little tiny dudes,
but yeah, sure.
Yeah, but he had it going on though, man. He had a little Nissan Pathfinder, you know what I mean? Bobby Brown had the Thunderbird. They was fly dudes.
Nissans used to be the shit.
Yeah, especially back then. If you had an SUV, period, in the 90s. Yeah, I don't care what kind of SUV it was, like, because it was rare. Yeah. That's when they were rare. They started coming out more in the early 2000s. That's when SUVs got popular.
Yeah, and as a chick, I wanted to climb out of an Escalade. Like, that was the dopest and flyest shit. I wanted to be the girl climbing out of the Escalade or climbing into the Escalade. I don't know.
I had one in 2008. My brother bought me one.
You had an Escalade?
Yeah, it was dope as fuck. Everybody know in Kansas City. You know what I mean? It was like the beige, the off-white. I mean, the beige kind of.
Did it have a name?
No. I didn't give it no name. I didn't give it no name, but it had TVs in it, beat, and you niggas that stole my shit from Hidden Valley Apartments that busted my window and took my speakers and my TVs out. You know what I mean?
They used to have
when
TVs,
I was at Vonzel's house. I was over my boy's house. I spent the night over there. You know what I mean? We had a night full with some girls. You know, did our whoop. But they stole my shit out. My God.
Shout out to Kiki and her Escalade. Kiki, my bestie in New York. As I forgot, her car had a name. We used to call it something. But yeah, Escalades was a shit. Especially when a girl had an Escalade, she was a bad bitch. Kiki, you a bad bitch.
My brother gave me an Escalade, man. My brother was a baller. So I ain't gonna even go there. Right. But either way.
So Martin Lawrence was a player. He was a piece of shit.
Word.
He was fucking all the chicks. And his mama tried to tell him. Everyone tried to warn him, stop being this guy. It will come back and bite you in the ass. Stop treating these women like pieces of shit. And ultimately, this is what happens.
Yeah, and it all stemmed from a bet. Almost like, you know how we did the wood.
$5 bet, too.
No,
it was like
$20.
$20
They did $20.
Bet.
Yeah, like, word.
Y'all was some broke ass dudes.
Word. This is 96, but like, come on. He said, I bet you $20 you can't hit that.
What?
Like,
I mean, in the wood, they bet $1.
And Martin gonna say,
they
first
should
of all,
like $100 bet.
Yeah, he said, first of all, I don't bet on the ladies, but then he proceeds to bet on the ladies.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
bet is whack.
So, you know, but he did everything.
Dudes, if a dude's gonna bet on me,
bet.
I'm gonna need you to do like a $500, $1,000 bet. I'm worth a little more than $20.
Word, like, a 20 ball? Like, come on, man.
Yeah, man. Damn, fucked it for $20.
Yeah, and he went all out for that $20 too.
Yeah, he did.
The stuff that he had to do to get her, she turned him down.
On her to get, man, yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. The amount of money he had to spend to secure her, only to get her and then shit on her is crazy.
He wore her motherfucking ass down.
Yeah, he wore the fuck down.
Now, is it low key? I want to ask you on this. If a guy did that, would you think it was persistence and a good thing or creepy? Because that was a little.
I mean, it depends, right?
I mean, you showed up at her job with flowers.
I don't know.
Then you showed up at her job acting as if you're gonna buy a house.
No, that shit was crazy. Like,
you know what I mean?
He had no. Okay, so now we're talking about Lynn Whitfield. Let's just go over to Lynn Whitfield's
We can go
character.
in there. We can mix them.
Yeah. So Lynn Whitfield was she played the super successful, really rich real estate woman that he met or saw walking out of a store that he was determined to sleep with. Determined to take on a date, sleep with, fuck with. This is a $20 bet he had with Bobby Brown to lock her down.
Bob tried to get her first, low key, but he couldn't pull her.
Shitted on her hard too within 5 seconds.
I ain't mad at him for doing that because she was acting stuck up though.
So you know what?
He was like, "Excuse me, baby, what's up? You know, you looking real good." Bye. I'm not interested. But she had like an attitude with her.
First of all, he was so in her personal space.
He was.
Get the fuck out of my space.
I agree.
Like, she was like, yo, get out of here. Bobby Brown rolled up on her, got real close.
That's true.
Hollered at her, breath all in her face.
I agree.
And said some real disrespectful, ridiculous. It wasn't even like he was being sexy or polite.
Word.
He was just rude. And she was like, bye, get out of my face. And then immediately called her stuck up. Didn't say bitch, but he wanted to.
Yeah.
And she, so.
He said, and Marvin was like, my boy didn't mean nothing by it. He said, yes, I did. You know what I mean?
It was pretty funny.
Bob was like.
But okay, Lynn Whitfield, really successful. She's got millions and millions and millions of dollars. And she's very guarded, right? Most successful women are women with money. They're just not fucking with anybody. Not just because they need to make sure they're protected, but I mean, Martin looked like he's like every average day dude, like that she would have to pay for everything and do everything. Like you knew immediately Martin couldn't keep up with her lifestyle.
And she knew that. And
not to say that's what she wanted, because really she just wanted someone to love her.
Yeah, that's all.
Which is what we end up discovering, is she just wanted love. But Martin is trouble. Like you can meet. I've dated dudes and immediately there was one guy I dated, and I sent a picture right when I first met him. I sent a picture to my homegirl, and the first thing the both of us said is, this nigga's about to destroy your life. This nigga destroyed my life.
Oh,
but we knew from looking at a picture of him
that
he was about to destroy my life.
Word.
He was that, and that's the kind of dude. Now, mind you, I'd still jumped in happy into a blaze of fire and enjoyed myself, but yeah, he totally destroyed my life. But she knew that's what he was about to do, and that's exactly what he did.
I got a question. How believable is Martin as this guy?
I mean,
as this guy that all the girls like. In real life,
looking at him, no, but his actions, yes.
Okay.
Him coming to. So we were talking about. Is it creepy the amount of effort he put in to find and connect with Lynn? He got her license. Okay, he got her license plate number
when she was leaving the club.
Found her where she worked, her job. Pulled up at her job unannounced. Gave her flowers, walked into her office.
Got took out by the security, knocked over Lalique. This is Lalique.
Walked into her office with excuse me. I mean, that shit is creepy.
It was creepy, man.
That shit is very creepy.
And then you pull up, and she pull up on you to show you a house, and you in a limo, and she like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like,
yeah, he went through some real effort to
get the draws, man. things niggas will do to get the draws. Hey, let me tell you like this. Every man has a story of doing something ridiculous, outlandish to get the draws. Trust me on this.
What's your outlandish story? What you did? What's the most outlandish thing you've done to get the draws? We wait.
I can't think of it right now, man.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I don't know what I did. Maybe I didn't do nothing really outlandish, to be honest. I would have though.
Would you have?
Yes.
Okay.
I just put it that way. If I had to struggle with something.
So you're just saying that you don't struggle? Is that I think what Nick Quotes is saying is he only got to do all that work.
No. I'll say this. Let me say this. Especially as a young youth, I wasn't
a youth.
Yeah, as a youngster, in my early or to late 20s, from 15 to 30, I wasn't approaching no women like that. I had to know that the girl fucked with me first.
Okay.
She had to like me before I even approach her. So I didn't have that problem because I did. But if I was that type of guy, I know I would have did some crazy shit to get the draws, especially at that horny age in your 20s.
So there are some guys, ladies and gentlemen, that don't have to do the extra work, and Nick Quotes is apparently one of them. I
would though. If y'all would have made me do the work, I would have did the work.
But he ain't have to, so it's a totally different conversation. Anyway, I think so. Okay, you asked the question: did he go too far? When he invited her to the club when they first met, she came, right? So obviously she was interested in him in some capacity. Right. She met him, she saw him at the club, wasn't impressed, was like, I ain't really fucking with you, bye, right? So when a guy goes that extra distance, but you kind of like him, you might not be as creeped out if it was someone that you really
he went really far. I mean, to the point to where he told her he could ride a fucking horse. And I almost died on a goddamn horse. He was like, I would have told you I can ride.
I mean, she was into him.
Yeah.
So,
but then when he tried to kiss her, he's like, come on, man, why you tripping? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that was...
all this extra shit got me out here and ride these fucking horses, but you trip when a nigga get a little physical?
That's when I would have been like, nigga, get away from me. That's when he showed his colors and you were like, this is not, it's not worth it.
But she knew that she was more standoff. That's why when she went home, she did that, and she did go to the club.
But sometimes,
and she was in the mirror, like, I got to give myself a chance. Let me just give myself a chance.
That's true.
And that's when she went to the club and told him that she liked him or whatever.
But sometimes women like that, women who are not easily impressed, a man needs to go. Like for me, I feel like if a man's really fucking with me, I need to see the effort. Now, maybe getting my license plate and rolling up on me unannounced, no, maybe not. But you gotta do more than the average do for me to truly give a fuck. Yeah. Or for me to even think you're worth my time. So,
The thing, Lynn Whitfield, I don't blame her for a lot of his stuff, even though she was a fucking nutcase.
She was crazy.
But I don't blame her for a lot of this stuff because the warnings were there. I feel like she warned the shit out of Martin. Like multiple times.
She did. She was like, let me draw you a map to how fucking crazy I am.
Yes.
It's your choice if you want to go on this journey.
Yeah, first of all, one warning was remember when they was riding the horse and she
grabbed him and he was like, damn, you strong.
Yeah, that was one. Number two, she literally, she called you the Malibu nigga after you 86'd her at the club because you felt like she wasn't giving you enough rhythm for you youngsters. Rhythm means giving you enough play. Like back in the day, that's what they used to say. So when she called him back to the crib, she was on the couch. She said, I cannot be hurt. Yeah, do you understand that?
No, she said that.
Yeah.
She was like, I can't. She was crying.
Yes, like nigga, you should have gone right there.
Talking to him and telling him like, I can't
be hurt.
If you ain't fucking with me, do not. I can't.
Is it somebody else?
I can't handle being hurt. I don't want to get hurt. I'm fragile as shit. I might be a little crazy. She had tears running down her eyes when he lied and said he loved her. Like this was totally
because she told him, she said, is it anybody else that you care about or anything like that before I even give you this pussy? Because nigga, it's a wrap after that.
It is a wrap.
Is there any person out here that you care about, that you fuck with, that you got feelings for? Because if you do, I can't deal with it. I cannot be hurt.
Yes.
Gave him a fair warning.
She gave him multiple. There were like 5 scenes.
And then the next warning.
Giving him warnings.
Yes. And then the next warning, of course, when they was fucking.
That's not a warning.
Now, I will agree.
His dick is literally in her vagina, and she goes, I killed my husband.
Yeah, she's like, he fucking, like, not really. Because Martin low-key stopped. You gotta understand, he stopped. Martin was like, what the fuck?
And then she climbed back on him
top
to
of,
be like,
you can't ride his dick and ass in that.
Is it okay?
Like, of course that nigga gonna get that nut off. You know what I mean?
I'm fucking riding you. Like,
he's like, yeah, if he was abusive, you had to kill his ass. You know what I mean?
And then started fucking him some more.
Yeah, like, come on,
and then
man.
woke up in the morning and did it again.
Yeah. Yep.
So I don't know. All right.
And called his boy though. Went to the refrigerator.
Let's talk. Perfect segue. Let's talk about fucking Bobby Brown. Let me tell you something about Bobby Brown. Now, before the crack, Bobby Brown was a really good actor. There's not a movie I think he's been in that we can't say he did a phenomenal job.
He did a good job.
The only job he might have really sucked at was the doorman in Ghostbusters.
Oh yeah, they just throw him in there. He told them that was a part of the deal.
Right.
He told them, hey man, if I'm gonna do the song,
then I need to be in this.
Yeah, I gotta be in this
some way.
Yeah.
That might have been the only time I've seen Bobby Brown as an actor that I'm like, But all of these movies,
man.
Every time he's the sidekick, he does I don't know.
A lot of people ain't seen this movie, man. It's called Black Panther. And I ain't talking about the new shit.
Oh, there's another Black Panther?
It's called Panther, actually. And it's about the real Black Panthers. And Bobby Brown plays like a pimp. And he ends up being on drugs towards the end. He killed that role. If y'all ever get a chance, watch Panther. And they got everybody in it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about every famous person, every famous black person you could think of is in that film.
Okay, why have I not seen that?
It's good. Chris Rock is in it. Everybody's in that motherfucker. It's called Panther. I think it was like an HBO movie back in the day, but it's really good. And it's about the whole story of how the Black Panther started in Oakland. It's crazy.
He is really, what's his name in this movie? T is really,
T was hilarious.
He's a believable sidekick, believable best friend. He's equally as shitty as Darnell is when it comes to being a womanizer. But I don't know. There's something.
He was a perfect choice. He was a perfect choice.
Way better than I like Martin Lawrence's character.
Honestly. Well, let's skip past Regina King real quick, and we just gonna go to favorite characters for a second. We go back.
Okay.
That Bobby Brown is my favorite.
Bobby Brown was my favorite character.
T is my favorite character.
By far, and
he was just funny, man.
Favorite character was Martin.
Yeah, my least favorite character was Peaches. I hated fucking Peaches, man.
That's because you dated a girl who had a Peaches in her life and fucking probably got
Peaches was always hating on Darnell, man.
For a good reason. Darnell was a piece of shit.
But actually, in that moment, he was legit.
Legit when?
When he wanted to fuck with me, he was legit.
What you mean when he pulled up in a limo dressed in a suit bought by a whole nother woman? You mean that part?
Hey, man.
What?
Was he not serious though?
He was only serious because he heard she was leaving.
Hey, let's go back to that. All right, Cole. So you're right. You're absolutely right. Let's go back to that. Well, this dumb ass nigga, Martin, in this film, Darnell. Dumb ass nigga. You could have still been a player all day, every day, and twice on Sundays. All you had to do was take your dumb ass back for her birthday, bro.
Yeah.
It's her motherfucking birthday.
So Lynn Whitfield's took him out after they slept together, and now this is her man. She picked him up from work, Chocolate City, in her limo, took him shopping for like
on her birthday.
On her expensive suits. Like, them suits were easy $5K a piece.
Told him shit.
Full shopping spree. Told him, you ain't gotta work. I will buy
you a fucking club.
That's how much money she has. I'll
buy your own club. Miami, New York,
your own
wherever you want
club.
it.
Let him take the limo while she's
like, all right, go ahead. Just drop me off at home. Just be back later on.
It's my birthday.
She said,
meet me at my house for a candlelight dinner for my birthday. That's all you had to do.
Because Mia says she's leaving, you want to spend the whole day with her. You could have accomplished everything you accomplished with Mia and left and still made it back to Lynn.
No, he couldn't, because Mia he couldn't have left Mia.
Yes, he could have.
She would have had an issue with that.
I'm gonna tell you exactly why. I know he could have. Because remember, after they finished their little talk when they was at McCollin Drive or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And when they went back to the crib,
opportunity to go in the crib and cuddle her, he ain't doing that.
But when he was at the crib, he was like, hey, she was like, all right, well, I'm not ready for that yet. He could have just said right there, okay, I respect that. I hope I can see you tomorrow or something. And then went to Lynn. Why would
he do that? He's a greedy guy. He's not doing that.
He's stupid.
Well, wait, let's talk about.
So if he was greedy, he was in love. If he was greedy, he would have stayed with Lynn. First of all, number one, I'm sorry, I love Regina King, and there's no fucking way I'm illing on Lynn Whitfield. With all that money and fine as she is, to go fuck with Mia's goofy ass. Are you crazy? All right.
So let's talk about Mia, because you're definitely not right. We're gonna
man, I'm fucking with Lynn.
No, you're not. I'm gonna tell you why you're not. Let's talk about Mia. So Mia.
Hold on, wait. Let's bring Armani in. Armani, come in just a second. Just a second. I want to ask him this. Come in here real quick. Tell me.
Yeah, pull up the seat.
Pull up a seat.
No, but what I'm going to say sets the context for why I would say he would choose. Why I would say he chooses Mia. So let me just set it up. So Mia's character, played by Regina King, is Martin Lawrence's childhood love of his life, right? Like, they've known each other their whole life since they were like in kindergarten, I think. And they have been on and off for this long of time, right? So she goes off to the Air Force. The beginning of this movie, she finally comes back home. She's looking all in shape. She's looking all good. She's got a new sense of purpose. She's got a new confidence. She ain't really fucking with him, but still they're best friends.
She's fucking with Pretty Ricky. Ricky's what we call him.
The Chicken King. The Chicken King. So
you need a leg or a thigh. I can get it to you.
His love for her is deeper than I'm fucking with a woman with money. Like, he's loved her for like his whole life. Like, it's a very different conversation.
I understand.
He's not choosing Lynn Whitfield over a chick he's loved his whole life.
I understand.
All right, so now understanding the context.
Fuck that context. Out the gate.
Yes.
If you had to choose, no context, these are just two different. We could just jump to the versus section already.
What do you mean no? Oh, all right. From looks you're talking about?
No, yeah. Or are you picking rich-ass Lynn Whitfield, fine as hell.
She was fine as fuck.
Crib, fucking infinity pool, money, buy you anything you fucking want. Good catch. You know what I mean? She ain't crazy until you fuck her.
She was controlling and shit, though.
She was, but she still let him go. With the limo. Over Mia, who's fucking with the Chicken King. And ain't even really giving you the time of day like that.
Only because you fucked up, she would have. You'd be married to her. You would have been married to her if you weren't the person.
She just know who Darnell is. Who?
All right, Armani, what you got?
First of all, Mia not really even giving him no go like that.
Right.
And so that's already, if it's me, that's already going to turn me off. Because why am I go ahead and trying to make something happen over here if you over there, you messing with Joe Schmo from the block? You know what I mean? So, and then you got Lynn, who already got a good thing going, you know, and I'm already in the mix with her. So that is the layup right there. That's an easy, you know what I mean? That's an easy.
And on top of that, she's the shit. First of all, she looked better than Mia.
She does.
She has way more money.
She looks better.
And you know, like, she's buying you anything you want. Like, I don't even know what the.
But Mia's, I don't know.
He has no incentive to be
with Mia.
Other than I've been in love with her for 20 years. That's a fucking huge incentive.
Let me say this. Love fades.
Exactly.
You know, and then after a certain point, it's like,
you just together. You know what I mean?
And then you fall in love with somebody else.
What? All right. We ain't listening to neither one of these two.
Are you with the person that you was with, that you grew up with loving? What's the guy name that you tell me about all the time? Jimmy. Where Jimmy ass at? You know?
Jimmy ass.
Okay. So, no, but you know what? I thought about him when I watched this and thought about Nia because, I mean, he was my childhood sweetheart. We grew and we just went in places in life. Like, he's just in a different place than I was, and we just don't live in the same state. Like, everything is just different. But I don't know, if we were to come back together and we're equals, then I think, there's a world that maybe I would have considered it. Like, that's what happens with your childhood sweetheart.
Would you have considered it? Oh. Yeah, you already know where I'm going. If you had a Lynn Whitfield.
Right. Would you have that same mindset if you had a man that was taking care of you who was meeting your every need, fly, you know what I mean, all the way fillet.
Jimmy's ass.
You know, would you really have that same outlook about some man who it didn't work out before for whatever reason, good or bad, it came and went? You gonna leave what you got going on, this good situation, for potential of what it could be
for Jimmy Neutron?
I hate you.
If it's yes, it's yes.
I might, because, but no, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why though. Like, for the rest of your life has to be friendship. Like, I can't for the rest of my life just be with a guy who pays my bills. And like, if I had the same kind of friendship with the Lynn Whitfield that he had with Nia, yeah, I would pick Lynn. But she was just, they weren't even connected. They didn't think about the same things. They didn't do the same things. They didn't like the same shit. Like, that for the rest of your life is fake. You will be bored with that and do something else. And you, as men, this is a question for y'all, you would cheat on her to find someone you could actually mentally connect with. You would stay fucking with her, you take all her money, you do all the things, but you would find a woman that emotionally connects with you because you need that more than you need the material shit.
We didn't know if Lynn...
Look at your face. He's like me.
No, here, listen to what I'm saying.
He's like me.
This is what I'm about to say, though. That's true. What you're saying is real, but we don't know if Lynn and Martin character, because we didn't give it a chance. So we don't know. They might have tons of shit in common once they peel back the layers.
But at the time of it's been like a couple weeks, they didn't have it.
Yeah, we didn't know. We never got there. You know that infatuation phase of a relationship. When you first get somebody, you don't even know that person yet. So she could have been that.
What's his name had just told him. What was the owner of the club?
Smitty's ass.
You know Smitty's ass told him, you got to be with someone that's your best friend. And
don't get me wrong.
Told him that right before he heard Nia was leaving. And when he heard that,
he didn't say you got to be with your best friend. He said the older your mind gets, the better choices your dick make.
And he was dropping some I would not risk losing anything I would not risk losing what we have together. What he has with Nia as friends, even with her dating the Chicken King, she was still there for him. She was still riding or dying, to the point of Nia was fucked up because every time she was with the Chicken King, she was letting the Chicken King get major disrespected by Martin. They were at the club.
The Chicken King was disrespecting Martin too, though. It was a back and forth.
They were dancing. She was dancing at the party with Martin. The Chicken King, the dude she was dating, walks up. Martin literally hand mushes him out the way. She just laughs. She was fucked up. Yeah. She was pretty fucking fucked up. Why you had a Chicken King come to your house if you know Martin's at your house?
Yeah, she was foul for that.
She was super foul for that. She was playing them against each other. She when he pulled up to when she was playing basketball with Martin, she kisses this dude on the lips in his convertible,
then go back to Martin.
And then goes to dinner with him and said, wait, then she goes to, they're sitting at the club drinking champagne. She tells Chicken King, can we just be friends? Why are you kissing me on the lips, bitch, in the public bar?
She's trying to get Martin jealous. The whole thing was to get Darnell. She wanted Darnell too. She was just fronting. Because she knew the Chicken King was coming over to pick her up. And when that happened, you know, she skinned these.
I'll say this, man. At the end of the day, the Chicken King was a lame. And it's something lame about when you all the way fillet as a man.
Put the top back down on the Porsche.
For real. It's something about seeing somebody that you was with before.
With somebody else.
Yes. And he a lame? Yeah. Like, come on, man.
Why was he a lame?
Man, that means you making me think, am I a lame?
I'm going to tell you why he was a lame right now. I'm going to tell you why he was a lame right now. He said, you banking like that and you roll up in here with a biscuit meal, man?
That shit was pretty funny.
A biscuit?
He did. Why? I don't understand why he walked through the front door with a biscuit meal in his hand at all. They were leaving. Why did he have a chicken meal? It didn't really... Thank you, Armani, for a special guest.
Yeah. So you know, guys, that was Armani. He just had to step in here for a taste. But back to it. Yeah, go ahead. What you saying?
Yeah, like why did he pull up with a chicken biscuit meal anyway? Like that. Don't come to my house with a Popeye meal. Like what?
Yeah, exactly. Like nigga, what? You said you banking like that and you were up in here with a biscuit?
That was the truest shit that I think Martin said.
Yeah, Martin tried to throw his shit in there. He said, you know, I'm about to go, let me go ahead. I got to go over take care of some business at the club because, I'm about to own it. You know what I mean? So, I got to check some things out there. Like, now if y'all want to come through, I put y'all on a VIP list and just let me know if you're going to bring somebody with you. And hopefully when we get some food in the club, your boy can supply the chicken. You know what I mean? Martin was on that nigga ass. Man.
Disrespectful shit.
This is, y'all, just so y'all know, this is BFQ. Yes. Black Film Quotes. I will be quoting the shit out of this shit.
And his name is Nick Quotes.
Nick Jones Productions.
No!
But, all right, so here's the thing. Even when they was in the club, you should have known something was wrong with Lynn. That's another warning. Let me go back to this warning shit. Okay. When Mia tried to shake her hand. Now, Mia with the Chicken King.
And she was still, but you could, it was very obvious.
See, that's exactly what I was about to ask you. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. I was going to ask you as a woman.
Yes, you can. First of all, women
can tell. Like
I have dreams when I know a nigga's cheating. Like
or when they like if a girl comes around, can you tell if a dude and her has your man and that girl has something or
some, absolutely
because she could tell now. Even though she's with Chicken King,
can absolutely not tell when I'm talking to a dude that I've slept with because I am a master. You will never ever. No.
Well, I'll say this. I'm consistent. So here's the thing. If I'm sleeping with the girl or I'm not sleeping with the girl, my girl won't be able to tell because I act the same.
Yeah, no, exactly.
With all of them. So here's the thing about my girl. She's going to think that I'm fucking them all, regardless. Yep. She's just going to think that. So even when I'm not.
It's the waves.
So.
Waves, you think you fucking everybody. Get them waves. Can we put this
I don't know why.
Can the camera get the waves, please?
They definitely got.
And it's so soft.
Clark Gable.
Do they lay on their own or
curl? It's just curls. Because I don't have a texturizer or an S curl on my head, guys. These are natural curls laid down.
Got that?
It's not no soul glow. You know what I mean? So. Just let your soul
between his and mine, black, not.
Oh, get out of here! Get out of here! You know what I mean? Benny can get waves if she wanted. She don't.
I can't.
She don't. Yo. Benny don't brush her hair.
Facts.
She just get it cut. And
absolutely.
Just let it. Every time I be over her house, I just be brushing her hair like.
Facts.
Brush it.
Because
it still look good without it. It don't matter.
That makes no fucking sense.
Well, I brush my hair all the time. That's why I
don't have to do my hair. And the one time I tried waves, I looked fucking crazy. It doesn't go to waves. It just.
That's because you got to do it for a minute, man.
Lays.
It's gonna take about a month.
What to train? You got to train the waves. All right. Well,
but once they there.
I got y'all. I'm gonna train them or not. Yeah. Brushing your hair is stupid. But continue.
Right. All right. So cool. All right. Let's move on into some topics. Who is the MVC?
The fuck is that?
MVC.
Wait, I can figure it out. Most V? I don't know. What is it?
You got it.
Victorious? I don't know what.
It's easy. It's easy.
I literally don't know.
Most valuable character.
Isn't that like kind of like what's your favorite character?
No, most valuable
character. All right.
Valuable and favorite.
I'm gonna try this over again because I had a blonde moment. Most MVC. Lynn Whitfield, obviously.
That's why I have two guys.
There is no thin line between love and hate without.
Brandy was the most valuable character.
Should we have a singing break? Let's do a singing break. 1, 2, 3. It's a thin line between love and hate.
I'm trying to think of how the verse go. I can't remember how the verse go.
So the movie would be nothing.
Shout out to H-Town.
Without
Brandy, man.
Without Brandy.
Brandy was the shit.
Was the craziest bitch on planet of.
Yeah. And she kept that moniker low key because in all the movies she played, she actually did a couple of episodes of Martin where she played that.
She played the crazy girl, but that was on purpose.
Yeah, of course.
On the cruise ship.
I
actually recently saw that episode. So she did a cameo on Martin where she was obsessed and stalking him. Gina wasn't there. I think that was when Gina wasn't fucking with the show. Like,
yeah.
I think there was a whole season of Martin where Gina was absolutely not fucking with the show.
That was at the end.
And she missed the cruise.
Yes.
And
Gina run, you know what I mean?
Like Lynn Whitfield was there. And
which was kind of crazy because she kind of had like a Gina look to her. So
yeah, she did.
All right, so who got on your nerves the most? Martin. Me, Peaches. I hated fucking Peaches.
Martin was the fucking worst.
Peaches was an asshole. She just kept hating. I think Peaches just need a man. I wish Bobby Brown would have went ahead and smashed.
What?
That way.
Okay, stop.
That way she wouldn't be bothering.
No, I am gonna defend the bitchy sidekick friend. The only reason sidekick friend, sidekick cousin is always somebody. The only reason she was a bitch was because Martin was a piece of shit. And because Regina King's character had gone back and forth with Martin and been hurt like a trillion times.
No, she didn't. They had never messed around.
That's not true.
You know how I know that's true? Because when they was sitting on a car at Mulholland Drive, and she said, and Martin asked her a question. She said, "Back in the day when we was young, could I have had you?" And she was like,
"Yeah, but
maybe if you were ready."
That's also interpreted as like dating for real. Doesn't mean they didn't fuck around before.
My point is they ain't ever. I don't think they had sex because if they did, I don't think she would have been like so apprehensive about letting him smash.
Okay, why would Peaches be all supportive of a dude that she sees fucking a different chick every other minute of every other day?
I understand that, but she still was just too much.
Zero respect for him.
But she was just too much. Even when Bobby Brown came over there and Bobby Brown was like, "Man, he ain't fucking break up with her." He just told her that shit because Brandy was talking about hurting her. You know what I mean?
Well, that's true.
So she was a piece of shit. I ain't like Peaches, even though she was legit in her concern. I give you that.
She was very legit in her concern.
But I still didn't like her motherfucking ass for that shit. So all right, so versus straight up Bobby. Or Martin.
Bobby.
I figured that. I just wanted to see, you know.
And he can sing to me too. Yeah. He can sing and dance. And that scene of him dancing, like everything about Bobby Brown's character,
that was funny as hell,
it's just much more fun, much more appealing. He's just, he is what he is, but he doesn't seem like an asshole about it. Like Martin was just an asshole about being a womanizer. Like you could even tell Bobby Brown did more work.
Yep.
For the club, like he was really about his business and not trying to showboat.
Shit, low key, Martin just had all his girlfriends at the club. That's the only people he brought.
Yeah, he did.
So, all right, me, of course, I already told y'all I'm taking Brandy every day, all day over Mia.
Yeah, no, I would agree. But let's talk about all of these movies, right? The Boomerangs, the Wood, all this stuff. Oh shit, you know what we should talk about? Fucking Martin's sister. She is just the cutest.
Oh yeah, man.
She was
Melinda Williams.
Melinda Williams
she played like Erica
30 in this movie too, because she's always like a grown ass.
This is 96. She was young because this was 96.
She was so cute.
So she probably was like 25. Remember, because when we did The Wood, she was 30.
Yeah, she was. She was looking like a 12-year-old.
Can you believe that shit? She was 30 years old.
She looked great. Her going to the prom. She's the cutest.
Like, she was great.
Shout out to Melinda for always.
They felt like they was real.
She's always in every movie she's been.
They was real brothers and sisters.
She's always repping the classic beautiful black woman.
Yep,
young woman, older woman. She's just herself.
We might as well jump into that, man. Let's jump into the cameos, man.
Yeah.
Melinda Williams, like she said, was phenomenal. Her and her boyfriend came over. You know what I mean? Cleota's little brother. You know, Rodney.
Why was his brother's
Rodney?
name?
Cleota's little brother. You know what I mean?
Who else had a cameo? What's his name? Who was the bartender?
Tracy Morgan. Hustle Man.
Tracy Morgan.
You know, he was on Martin at that time.
Morgan,
so yeah.
Super fat. Tracy
So that was
Morgan.
funny, man. Like he said, "Hey man, don't have nobody keep calling this phone." He said, "Motherfucker, you better be lucky." He said, "You shut Steve fuck up. I'm about to own this motherfucker. You be lucky." Martin and him was going back for that shit. Who
was
Debo?
Selling? Oh, Debo, of course. Debo's always being a fucking Debo.
Yeah.
Debo's always Debo.
Tiny Lister Jr. Rest in peace. But he got beat up by Bobby and Martin and the big dude.
At the club.
Yeah. I don't know what
First of all, Martin ain't punching no goddamn Debo in the face and then stumbling him. That shit ain't happening.
Yeah, it ain't happening. You definitely ain't stumbling Debo, nigga. You're a flyweight.
Punch from down below. Oops, it hit him up.
Yeah, he's so small that Lynn Whitfield even said, "What the fuck are you,
right.
welterweight champion of the world? What the fuck you gonna do to me, you little motherfucker?"
Selling t-shirts out of the car. What's his name? What was his name?
Oh, Faison.
That
was one of my favorite scenes, man. That was one of my favorite scenes. He was like, "What? You know what I mean?"
I mean, but that showed you the difference.
He said, "You in the alley. This shit smell like piss and oil."
But that's the difference between where Martin was in his life and Lynn Whitfield. He was buying shirts and suits out of a backseat of a truck and a fucking
from the
alley.
booster.
She was taking this nigga to, like, I don't know. I can't even think of a really amazing designer name right now. But thank you, Armani, the person I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, Della Reese.
Yes, Della Reese, the mom. Mm-hmm. We love her.
I can't wait till we do Harlem's Night, even though I know you don't like Harlem.
I hate Harlem Nights.
Which is going to be good.
I lose all my black cool
And you from Harlem.
I'll take it. Harlem Nights is the worst. But yes.
I love that. That's one of my favorite
Shout out to her
movies.
because, she kills it in that movie. But wait, let's talk about okay, what do you have next? Because I wanted to talk about...
Let's go into the quotes.
Oh.
I got a billion.
Oh, yeah, okay. Nick Quotes has the quotes. Go for it.
Vin Varine can flow in this, but not me. Really, you banking like this, and you come up in here with a biscuit meal, man? I ain't tripping. You ain't seen me fall no motherfucking where. Yeah. Can I get a swig of your canteen? And I'm calling in a real live fatal attraction up in this motherfucker.
Have you ever had a fatal attraction?
No. Yeah, I have.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
we're not gonna get into that one.
Yeah,
she was nuts.
All right, fair indeed.
Damn. Either way.
Now, so when you think about all of these movies, the boomerangs and the wood and all that stuff, like, I miss classic black beauty. Like,
yes,
the Regina King, the Lynn Whitfield, they're wearing very little makeup. Yep. The hairstyles in this movie between Regina King's perfect natural
Melinda Williams' little prom joint.
Melinda Williams' prom, Lynn Whitfield's natural, like, all of the women were natural, no fake any fucking things. Now you can't see a single movie without all the bullshit.
That's true.
And those women were beautiful. Like, that's what black
absolutely beautiful
was. That's what we look for. That's what we wanted to be. It's like I just miss that shit so much.
I'm gonna just say this. Another warning. I forgot. There's so many warnings for Martin in this film. Was his mom? She said, "A night full of passion can bring you a lifetime of pain."
Thin line between love and hate.
Yes, it's a thin line between love and hate. Told him early in the movie. I've never had to tell, I'm going to say this. I've never had to tell a girl I love her to get the draws. Like, I think that's goofy as fuck.
Yeah, no, I've never needed someone
if I told her.
I've never needed to hear that to fuck, but, I should do better. I should want more.
I like, you know what I mean? If I told a girl I love her, I'd love her. You know what I mean? Yeah. If it got me the draws, cool. You know what I mean? But I ain't never told a girl I love you just so I can get the draws. You know what I mean?
There are some women that need that.
Do you think that Lynn Whitfield would have went nuts if Martin? Because she woke up and cooked him the burnt bacon in the.
That's some crazy shit. How you gonna wake up and there's somebody in your house cooking you breakfast that ain't supposed to be?
Low key though.
Ain't supposed to be in your house.
Low key, he kind of did that shit. You know what I mean? Pulling up to her job and all that shit. So I guess she was like, "You nigga, you know what I mean?" Yes. Cooking breakfast is different. I get that.
In my house.
Yeah. While
I'm sleep, you broke into my house.
Word.
And cooked me and didn't even do a good job of it.
Right. Do you think that she would have went far like that if he wouldn't have grabbed her? Because I think, remember she said you shouldn't have grabbed me like that. He said that you fucked with the wrong one and threw her against the wall because she wouldn't leave.
I don't think so. I think she would have slowly, progressively gotten herself to the point of insanity where she, like, we didn't even talk about
her how beating herself with the orange and
shit. The climax, like the shit she actually did. So when Martin denied her and basically fucked her and
the knife in the cake
and left. So the first thing she did when he spent the night with Regina King is when knocked on the door and left her birthday cake on the front doorstep with a big butcher knife stabbed in the middle of it. That was warning number 1. Warning number 2, showed up at his house unannounced, broke into his apartment, cooked him breakfast when he, burnt breakfast. I mean, maybe she cooked better breakfast. It would have been a little better.
She's so rich. She's probably been having to cook for the last 10, 15 years.
No idea how to cook. Third, and then he denied.
Or she probably burnt it on purpose just to get him to wake up.
Slammed her against the wall. Was like, "Bitch, get out of here! You're crazy." Third,
fuck out of here, Brent.
She, to get his attention, she beat herself up, bruised herself punched herself in the face with an orange. In a stocking.
Yep.
Slammed her hand and wrist against the wall.
And the door.
Admitted herself into the hospital as Mia's name.
Mia's
name, so that Martin would come there, and then had Martin arrested, accusing him of being the one who abused her.
And then when his mama told him to go get a restraining order on him, he went to the police, and the police laughed at him.
They laughed at him.
And then she of course she got somebody to take all his tires off his car except one.
While he was at the police station, but then she took a brick, threw it
at his mama house,
through his car window at his house, threatened his mama and him in person. Lastly, he came to her house.
Well, he was at the laundromat too, and when he was leaving out the laundromat, she almost hit him with the car.
Oh, she almost hit him.
Yep. Crazy, bro.
It's not funny, but it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then lastly came
said
to his house.
Too much motherfucking starch.
When he came to her house to confront her, she pulled out a gun and shot him.
Yeah, she shot the shit out.
She shot the shit out this nigga twice.
Shot him in the arm. But
okay, let's talk about that first shot, because I got some questions. The first shot where he falls into the tub. It looked like she shot him in the neck. I don't know. I was because he was bleeding all in his head and his face. I mean, it was.
No, I think that head shot was from. Remember, she clonked this motherfucking ass when he first came in.
Watch it again. He doesn't start bleeding until she shoots him the first time. He falls in the shower. He's got blood on his face, and the way she shoots him, it looks like she shoots him in the chest. So technically, he should be dead. Just saying, we gotta get some
movie shit,
movie stunt coordination. We gotta do a better job, guys.
Yeah,
we got a budget. We need to use the budget.
Word.
Anyway. Shoots him.
First, kicked him in the nuts. Don't forget the nut.
Kicks him in the nuts.
Get upstairs.
Shoots him. Falls in the tub. Then tries to electrocute him.
Yes, tried to take him out.
Which I think is the same way she killed
her last
husband.
Yes.
Who doesn't sound like he abused her. It just sounds like he cheated on her.
Yeah, and that's abuse to her.
And that is abuse to her. Is abuse cheating?
No.
Why? There's mental abuse and there's physical abuse. Why is mental abuse not possibly cheating on someone? It mentally fucks you up. The trauma, the PTSD that women feel and can experience, or men, from someone chronically cheating on you is really extreme. Like, say people go to therapy.
We'll ask y'all. I don't think that cheating is mental abuse.
Why?
I'll ask y'all that. Y'all can comment, go in the comments with that. I don't think cheating is a mental abuse. I think that mental abuse has to be, I mean, abuse in general has to be almost deliberate. Can you abuse somebody on accident?
So somebody cheating isn't deliberately doing it?
But if you weren't thinking they were going to find out, is that abuse? Like, you're not literally trying.
There's some men who cheat and know that they know their wives know.
Well, if that's the case, then that's abuse.
And really don't give a fuck.
That's abuse then.
That is abuse.
But if you cheated and you don't know your wife know or your girl know and you just cheating,
I would assume someone in their position, someone with money the way they
I don't think that's abuse.
I don't think he cared if she knew. Most likely, I don't imagine he was hiding it.
True.
I really don't. I don't think
whatever happened to her, she got hurt really bad.
She got hurt really bad. I'm sure they were married for a long period of time.
And he was
probably cheating on her the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Cheating and abuse, not to take anything away from physical abuse, but mental abuse, I think people don't understand how traumatizing mental abuse and debilitating mental abuse can be for some women and men. Like, that shit'll fuck you up. To the point where you're shooting dudes in the tub. Yeah. And stalking them up.
And then
ain't trying to kill them.
Here's the thing. I feel like Regina King, I don't know what. I would have told my girl that this motherfucker's trying to hurt you and that she's
he ain't
crazy.
Gonna do that. He's a fucking baby.
So he was trying to protect her in a way. But here's the thing: she a motherfucking military. She's an Air Force.
Air Force, and I'm a little mad that her Air Force training didn't come into play during this scene.
It did. It did.
At the end, she looked all like, "What are we gonna do?"
And yeah, why you let Bobby Brown get clocked in the motherfucking head? You should have disarmed her at that point.
He gets clocked, and she's like, "Oh no."
You should have went to go disarm her motherfucking
with your
ass.
combat training and your defenses, and been ready to. Like,
now she did put her arm up at the end when she said.
And when they walked in, they heard gunshots.
Yeah.
So Bobby Brown gets hit in the head, and you go to his side. You don't go look for a weapon.
Right.
The Air Force has failed her.
Yeah, they did horribly. I guess she was just flying planes. It wasn't no combat training.
The Air Force. She probably needs to go back.
Word.
She's supposed to. Go back. She should probably go back because you have failed.
She should have went in that motherfucker on a tactical mission.
She should have been rolling and ducking and diving.
Yeah, like you should have did a rollover flip, all that.
Weapons in her hand.
All that, man.
She walked in with a backwards baseball cap and a tank top, looking like
what Lynn say to her? I can't believe this is the little bitch you wanted over. Right. She knew. She's like, this nappy headed motherfucker.
Epic fail, Air Force. Anyway, all right. So let's wrap this up.
Let's wrap it up, man. What
is our rating of this film? I'll let you go first.
Out of 10, I will say, our criteria for this is: have we watched it 10 times willingly? If you watched it 10 times willingly, you put it on, then it's an automatic classic. Now, I'm going to give it that moniker. I'm going to say that it's an automatic classic, but I'm not going to give it a 10. So this is a different thing for us because I ain't never did that. Okay. It's still an automatic classic, but I can't give it a 10. It's so many, as a filmmaker now, watching it as I'm grown, it's just so many things in it that just isn't
terrible.
You know what I mean? So I'm a probably give it, based on it still being a classic and Martin was all time in it, he was funny as hell in it, I'm going to go ahead and still barely give it an 8.
What?
Barely give it an 8. Probably 7.5, 8.
Oh, you are terrible for giving this movie an 8.
It ain't that bad.
You lose points for giving this movie.
Hey man, Martin is in it. Martin is my favorite comedian of all times.
This movie is a strong 4.5.
Oh, wow.
4. Damn. 5. 4.
Below average.
This is a terrible movie.
It's not that bad.
It is a terrible movie.
All right. Well,
I am not a fan. I'll give it a 5. 4 is tough. I'll give it a 5. I'll give it a 5.
So you didn't enjoy it?
I saw it once. I only saw it again for this podcast.
Okay. That was your only time seeing it?
This is my only second time seeing it. I would not watch.
Well, that's legit for you. I put on Thin Line a few times. Man.
And I will also say black classic films were long as fuck. Because that movie was a strong 2 hours. And every movie we reviewed,
what? Hour and 48 minutes.
Black movies back in the day, like, there were parts where I was fast forwarding because it's just unnecessary scenes and it's just a 5.
It dragged a little bit. Yeah,
I will give it. But they all can be a 10.
They all can be a 10, man. I still love Thin Line Between Love and Hate. I want y'all to go watch it.
Yes, absolutely watch it.
Go check it out, man.
It's all about supporting black films.
Yes. Definitely Martin was hilarious in it.
Make decisions for yourself.
But even if you don't get anything from it, you can learn something from this film, even if the movie ain't that good. It's a lot to learn from in this film. So, but either way, y'all, we're going to wrap this up.
Wrapping it up.
I'm your boy, Nick Jones Productions, a.k.a. Nick Quotes.
Nick Quotes.
This is my lovely co-host, Beny Ash.
Beny Ash.
Crowns and Hobbs own Beny Ash.
Crowns and Hobbs own the sponsor of this amazing podcast.
Right. And NickJonesProductions.net, the other sponsor for this podcast. And that's it, y'all. We're going to wrap it up right there. I gave it a 10. She gave it a 5.
5.
Yeah. See y'all on the next episode. Peace.